Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah, amma ba'd. We're going to continue from last week, and then we were just finishing off Surah Ikhlas. So let's go with the last ayat that we need to finish today. So it's walam yakun lahu one ahad. Okay, so this is the last ayat in the Quran. وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. So what I'd like people to do is tell me, just to remind me, what does walam mean? Ahmed? I said, what was the question? And not. Okay, my next question is, what type of word is it? Sadia? A harf. Excellent. So both are harf, wa meaning and this is the negative particle, lam. Okay? And the negative particle, this lam, is used for what? Ahmed? For the past. For the what type of word? Or what type of sentence? Sadia? No. Ahmed? What type of sentence? Yes, you're right, it is a past, but what type of past sentence? How many sentences are there in Arabic? And what are they? Ahmed? Answer the question. What types of sentences are there in Arabic? How many and what are they? I'll give you a clue, there are only two types. Very simple question, simple answer. Two types of sentences that you encounter in Arabic. Verbal sentences and noun sentences. Alright? Now, lam, the particle lam, is a negative for the verbal past tense. Okay? And we understood last week that the past tense in the positive sense, he did, is fa'ala, and in the present tense is yaf'alu, but in the past tense negative we use yaf'al. So it's from fa'ala to yaf'alu to yaf'al, which is the jusif, as Sadia said. Yeah, because it has a sukun. Yeah? So if we look at fa'ala, he did. Okay? And then we go to the present tense, yaf'alu. Okay, now the case ending for the present tense can change. That's what we understood last week. It can be either a dhamma, a kasra, or sorry. Did I ask? Who's shouting out? Don't shout out. Okay. So dhamma, subjunctive, or a fatha. There's no kasra. That's for nouns. Yeah? For nouns like kitab. Okay? The case ending also changes to either dhamma, fatha or kasra. There is no sukun. These are for nouns. And the other case ending is for the present tense verbs. Present tense verbs. Okay? There the case ending can be dhamma, in which case it's called the I forgot what it's called actually at the moment. There's subjunctive, jussive and indicative. So dhamma You don't really need to know these technical names, not that important, but if it's got a dhamma, it's in the indicative case for the verb. If it is in the fatha, then it is in the subjunctive, and if it is with a sukoon, then it is in the jusif. Okay, these are just descriptions of the case. It's not that important to know what the titles are. The key thing is that you should understand is that the present tense verbs, the case endings can change, as well as in the nouns, the case ending can change. And if there's a lam particle, it means that what should come next to it is a present tense verb in the jussive, i.e. it should have a sukoon, which you can see in this next verb here, right? And with together, it becomes past tense negative, alright? Understood? So here we've got walam. So yakun, can anyone tell me about yakun? What is it? It's a verb. Excellent. And even without looking at it, we should know it's a verb because it comes after lam. So our guess is that the next word must be a verb. Yeah? And it clarifies that it's a verb because we know that if the word coming after lam should not only be a verb, but it should be a verb in the jussive, i.e. it should have a sukoon. And guess what? Yakun has a sukoon as well. So it's all coming together. So this must be a present tense verb. Yeah? Now the next question is, what's the root? Ahmed? Yes. Not ka, kaf. So kaf. What's the next one? Alif. Noon. Okay. Well, actually, if you want to look at in the dictionary, it's actually a wa. Right? But it changes to the alif in he was. So kana. Yeah? So then it goes to alif there. Kana. And we did this with qala. Remember that last week? Qala. So it's qawala, the root, ka, wa, lam. But if you want to say he said, it's qala. Yeah? Then qalu. Yeah? Then qulta. Yeah? Qultum. Qultu. And qulna. Yeah? And then when we want to go to the present tense, from qala we go to yaqulu with a wa. Yeah? Yaquluna. Taqulu. Taquluna. Aqulu. Naqulu. So let's just do kana. Okay? Same pattern, exactly the same. So we should be able to do that very easily. Okay? So let's do it together. So it's kana. Kanu. Kunta. Kuntu. Kuntu. Kunna. From kana to yakunu. Yakununa. Takunu. Takununa. Akunu. Naku. Naku. Yeah? Naku. Yeah, sorry, nakunu. Sorry. Nakunu. So akunu, nakunu. Okay? Yeah? So that's how we remember it. So here we have yakun. So let's try and work out what is that? Can anyone then work out the meaning of walam yakun? Now that we understood, and kun or kana means be or was. Let us use be. Be. Kun fayakun. He said be and it is. Walam yakun. So first of all, think of the kana, he was or he had been, to yakunu, he is being, to lam yakun. Ahmed? And not he was being. And not he was being. Okay, or even simpler that, not be. Not be. Not and not be, literally, and not be. And there's not be, Lahu, can anyone work out what lahu is? First of all, what type of word is it? Lahu. Ahmed? Not quite, that's one part of it. The who bit is the attached pronoun. What about the la? Come on, we should remember this. Lakum dinakum waliyadeen. Thank you, Mustafa, for telling everybody. Yes, you're right. It is a preposition. So it's a composite of two harf. Yeah? One harf is the preposition, which is the la, and the second bit of the composition, the second harf, is the hu, which is the attached pronoun. So lahu means what then? Together. Lahu. Lakum dinakum waliyadin. What does lakum dinakum waliyadin mean? I hope you to remember. To him. Yeah. Excellent. So this is to him. Right? So, and not be to him. And there's not be to him. Exactly. Literally. And not be to him. Kufuwan. Kufuwan. Now this one's a difficult word. But can you, first of all, you have to try and work out what type of word it is. Kufuwan. Why, Sadia? Because you shouted out. Better keep quiet. It's a risk shouting out. What type of word is it? You may not know the meaning, but we always go through the exercise of trying to recognize the type of word, because that will help us along the way of understanding its meaning. Ahmed? Ismun, correct. It is an ismun. And thank you for using the word ismun at last. MashaAllah. Ismun, exactly. It is an ismun. Okay? So, for this, it's actually quite difficult to look in the dictionary. It's actually root. It's kaf, fa, and alif. Yeah? Okay? And it means equal or similar. Right? So you can put this together and not be to him equal akhud. First of all, I didn't ask the question yet. What type of word is it? Sadia, shout out again, you got it wrong again. It's a noun. It's an ismun. Ismun, yes! It's an ismun, and it's a noun type of ismun. And it means one or anyone. Right? When it comes at the end, it means like anyone. Right? So if you put this together, literally it means and not be belonging to him or to him equal anyone. And so to make this in sense in terms of English, we would say that and there not be anyone belonging to him and equal, meaning that he is unique. So there will not be anybody that is like Allah. There's nobody. That's what it means. وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. There will not be anyone similar or like him, Allah. He is, in other words, unique. Okay? So now that we've done the surah, I'm just going to remind the translation of it and just a little bit of understanding around Surah Ikhlas, because it's such an important surah, a surah in which the Imam Shafi, one of the great Imams of Islamic history, said that this surah contains 1/3 of all Islamic knowledge just in this. Right, so let's just go through the meaning and just kind of appreciate why it might be 1/3 of all knowledge. Just knowing this surah, okay? So we'll start with Qul huwallahu ahad. Say He is Allah and He is one. Okay? Allahu hussamad. Alright? Allahu samad. Allahu samad. And Allah is the samad. He is the eternal. That means eternal means He was there forever. He's always been there. Yeah? Whereas 50 years ago, none of us were here, but Allah was there. 100 years ago, He's always been around. There's never been a time when Allah has never been around. He's been eternal, forever. Okay? From the past and the present, forever. Okay? So He's eternal. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. And He does not beget, meaning He does not produce children, and nor was He produced from parents. He's unique. We have parents and we have children. Okay? Animals have parents and children. Most of creation, living creation, have parents and children. But Allah does not have parents, nor does He give children. Because He's unique. He's one. Okay? And then we go, وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. And there is absolutely nothing, anything like Him. I.e., He is unique. Okay? In His characteristics, His personality, His attributes are unique to Allah alone. Okay? This concept is the concept of Tawheed, which is what makes you a Muslim, because you understand Allah to be unique. Whereas other religions may believe in one God, Allah, but they believe in a wrong type of God. They make God like creation. So for example, in Christianity, they make Allah three things: the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Three things, right? And the Son, Isa alayhi salam, they make as if He's part of this, that there's one God, but they're likening Allah to a creation. So therefore the Tawheed is corrupt. Same with Hindus. Even though Hindus say they believe in one God, but they say this God is everywhere. So He's in the creation, He's in us, He's in everything. To creation. Therefore لَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ has been negated through Hinduism. And in Sikhism as well, they say they believe in one God. However, they believe that God is in their heart, lives in their heart, and that once they attain a certain level, they will be part of God. Again, creation joining to Allah. Whereas in the Islamic belief, which is what we believe in our fitrah, which we believe every human being understands, is that Allah is unique. And He is the creator and we are the creation. He is not a created being. He is not like us. Yeah, He is unique. This is the thing about Islam. And every other religion has some corruption in this. So if you want to look at somebody else's God, even though they say we believe in one God, Surah Ikhlas is your criteria. Is He one? So if the Hindus are worshipping idols, He is not one. So you can ignore Hinduism straight away. Don't even have to read their books. You know it is negating Qul huwa Allahu ahad. Allah Husman, that He's eternal. If somebody says, well, there may be something before Allah, then that negates Samad. So it cannot be true. Lam yalid wa lam yulad. If you say that the Creator can have children, like sons, and angels are children, then this is not Allah. This is not what we worship. So again, that religion you take away. Okay? And وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. The most really important one is that He is actually unique. So if anybody describes Allah similar to creation, that He is like a light, yeah, or He is like, or He's a, whatever He has a shape, or whatever, or we can see Him, yeah, they're likening Him to creation. So it's not, it is negated. لَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. He is unseen. We cannot imagine what Allah looks like. We understand Him through His names and attributes. That He is the Lord of the universe, that He is the Creator, that He is the Sustainer, that He nourishes and keeps the universe. He is the powerful, all-powerful. He is the most merciful. He is the most kind. He is the most loving. Okay? So all these attributes are perfect to Allah. And no creation shares that. Okay? Tabaraka, you were going to say something?
No, like Prophet was saying that He is creator, He is so we can have eternal or something. What eternal?
Yeah, eternal again. And eternal, samad. That He is eternal means that He was always existed.
So can we add this?
Yes, so you can. In fact, there are many. In fact, there's a hadith that says that Allah has 99 names. He has more than 99 names, but there's 99 names that have been reported. These are things that we can understanding by, yeah, that help us to get closer to know who Allah is. Every other religion corrupts this unique concept of Allah as unique and one. Every other religion. Okay, so that's why Islam is the truth. Because it's the only religion that truly talks about Tawheed and preaches Tawheed, which equals what's in our fitrah. We accept that as the truth because Allah put fitrah in every human being. So every human being recognizes Allah in this tawheed, of this uniqueness. And we all do not, in our fitrah, recognize us as being Allah or joining Him and being part of Him. We understand as we are a creation of Allah and that He is separate from us, ingrained within our fitrah. Alright?
Rahman and Rahim are the names of Allah?
Yes, they are the most merciful and the most kind. So there's no creation that is more merciful than Allah, and there's no creation more kinder and compassionate than Allah. It is unique to Allah. It is a perfectness which we have. We have resemblance of mercy which Allah has given us, but we do not have that absolute perfect mercy. Yeah? Which only Allah. So, and His wisdom, that He's the all-wise. We have some wisdom, some hikmah, but we do not have the perfect absolute wisdom that only Allah has. Okay? So that's why those names are perfect and only for Allah. Okay? And there are some attributes that are only for Allah and we don't even have. So Him being the master of the day of judgment is only for Allah. Him being the creator is only for Allah. We are not creators, we are manipulator of His creation, but we do not create something out of nothing. Only Allah is the creator. We show mercy, which is an attribute, but not to the perfect and absolute sense which Allah has. Okay? So Surah Ikhlas has to be thought of in that regard. Okay? So if in the future somebody comes to you and say, I believe in one God too, why don't you follow me? This is your criteria. Surah Ikhlas. Is your God like this? And I guarantee it will not be, which is why Islam is the truth and these other religions are not. And then you can tell them that this is the God that you should be worshipping, which is common to your belief inside your heart. You know that's the truth because Allah put it inside you. Okay? So that's our bit on Surah Ikhlas. Okay? The most 1/3 of all knowledge on this surah. Okay? So let's move on to the next surah, which is Surah Al-Falaq. So we start with Surah Falaq, which is Qul. Qul a'udhu. So let's start with Qul a'udhu first of all. Okay? So we should all know what Qul is. Ahmad was first with the hands up. Okay, it's a verb. Eh? Tabaraka, it's too long. Ismun? Tabaraka, I'm going to hold on to you now. This is a big flaw. Why is Kul Ismun? Tell me, explain to me, justify how Kul is Ismun. Was it a mistake or do you think it is an Ismun? If you think, we work it through, don't worry. What is it? We just did Qul huwallahu ahad. So Sadia.
Verb.
It's a yeah, okay, it's a verb. What type of verb? Ahmed? Huh? Yes, it's an imperative. And what's the root?
Qawala.
Yes, qawala. Yeah? Qawala. Remember we had kawana, yeah, for kana, and qawala. We just did that, yeah? And so we're from qawala, you go to qala, yeah, which is he said. Then you got yaqulu, yeah? Yaqulu, which is he is saying. And then for the imperative, you're supposed to have aqulu, right? Okay, but this alif goes, and the wa goes as well, because it's a weak verb. Yeah, so all the weak letters go, leaving just kul, right? Because it's a weak verb. Yeah, so like fa'ala is if'al, do. Yeah, but for a weak verb, this type of verb where the wa is in the middle, a hollow verb, then it goes from ala to kul. Okay, so say, it means say, right? Now we have a'udhu. What type of word is that? Your chance to reprieve yourself, Tabaraka. What is it?
Verb.
Yes, it's a verb. Okay, it's a verb. What type of verb? Give Ahmed a chance. Present tense. Excellent. Okay, what part of the present tense is it? Yes. So it's from like, so, okay, great. So it's the I bit. I am doing something, yeah? I am doing something, correct? Now my next question is, what's the root? Ahmed? Ain? Yes, it's correct. Ain, wa, and va. The. Now this is exactly the same as qawala, yeah, and kawana. Kawana. Awadha. Right? So if you go into the dictionary, you look at awadha, and it means to seek refuge. So if we do that, so you go from ada, which means he sought refuge, right? From ada, he sought refuge, to present tense, ya'udu. Like from qala, yakunu, kana, yakunu, ada, ya'udu, and then all the way to a'udu. Yeah? So very good, which means I am seeking refuge. Good? So qul, say, I am seeking refuge. From what? Let's carry on. So you got qul a'udhu bi rabbi rabbil falaq. So let's do this. قل أعوذ برب الفلق. فلقي. If you want to continue it, right? So my first question is, let us for these two words, can anyone describe what's going on here? Can you recognize a pattern? Tabaraka?
So the first word is a particle.
No. Okay. This first word is what? Is it a single word or a composition?
Composition.
Yeah, a combination of what?
Preposition and attached.
No. Ahmed?
Preposition and noun.
Preposition and ismun. A noun, but it's a noun in the ismun, yeah? The preposition being the bi, which means in. And the noun being which? Rab. Excellent. Which Lord? And what's the root?
Robber.
Shh. What's the root? Ahmed? Rababa. Ra, ba, and ba. Why is it 3? Sadia this time?
Because it has shadda.
It's shadda, because the shadda counts as is a double of the same letter. So you're absolutely right. Well done, Sadia. So yes, Rabbi. Okay. So, and the other thing I want to know is that it's bi Rabbi. So what's the case for this now? Ismun. Tabaraka? Yes, but why? Ahmed.
Preposition, because it's having preposition.
So it's a genitive, yeah? And because of the preposition here. Correct. Okay? So it's say, I seek refuge in the Lord, in the Rabb. Yeah? What was that, Adam? I can't shout. Shout. Okay. Now, can you recognize a pattern going on here? Without knowing the meaning. Ahmed?
Ismun?
No, I said, can you recognize a pattern in this phrase? That's not a pattern. برب الفلق. I put them deliberately, I put this together. Why did I put this together?
It's combination.
Of what?
Of
Ahmed?
adjective and noun.
No.
Noun to noun.
Yes. Noun to noun.
Sir, how it can be noun?
Okay, hold on. Let's recognize this. Sadi, do you know why it's noun to noun? That's my next question. Ahmed, give it another chance.
Because first noun should be first noun, the ending will be anything. In second noun, it should be definite, and case ending should be kasra.
Excellent. So this is actually the way you recognize it. It's nidatha. First of all, you've got this is actually noun 1. Okay. All right. The key thing with noun 1 is that it's never in the definite article, and Rabb in the Lord is by itself definite, but there's no definite article. And noun 2 is that it's of the. Yeah. So you have a definite article, and this kasra is key. Yeah. Okay. So it's Lord of the Falak. Yeah. It's the Lord of the Falak. Yeah. So say, I seek refuge in the Lord of the Falak. And Falak, we just look at the root letters, which is Fa, La and Qaf, will be of the daybreak. Splitting. When you can just see the sun split the sky in terms of rising up. Yeah? So Falak. Yeah? Okay? So this is the daybreak. Yeah? Understood? Okay, so we say Qul a'udhu bi rabbil falaq. Now the next bit is going to be min sharri ma khalaqa. Okay, so we have min sharri ma khalaqa. Yeah? So let's go through this bit by bit. Min. What is min? What type of word is it? Tabaraka.
It's a preposition.
And what does it mean? From. And what example do we remember this from? That we just to help us to remember. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Yeah? From shaitan. Yeah? So it's from. Okay? From sharri. Now what is shar? What type of word is this? Sadia. Shh. Ahmed.
No.
It is Ismun. God. After 2 weeks, man, these guys are getting rusty. Yes, Ismun. What type of Ismun? Noun. Then you can say something, because it could be an adjective, it's a noun. Yeah? Okay. Alright, so this noun, what's the case ending? Ahmed? There's no Fatiha there, what are you talking about? Yes, of course it's kasra, that's a kasra. Yes, which means it's in the genitive case. Why is it in the genitive case? Why? What is making it genitive? Tabaraka?
The preposition.
The preposition min. So min sharri. Excellent. So if you want to know what shar is, what's the root letters for us to look up in the dictionary? Ahmed?
Sharara.
Yeah, sharara, because of this again. And it means evil. So shar means evil. So we can start now. Say, I am seeking refuge with the Lord of the sunrise, from the evil, from the evil ma khalaqa. So what is ma? Yeah? Shout out now. Huh? Ma?
Particle.
Ahmed, is he okay today? Is he? It's been bedtime. Are you okay? Okay, alhamdulillah. Okay. Just want to make sure. It's not a verb. Ma is a particle. Yeah, it's just a little one letter. One. Alright, yeah, it's ma is a particle. Ho. Yeah? Can anyone know what it means? Go on, Ahmed. What? Yeah, it means what. Now the thing with ma, it can actually have lots of meanings. Right? But I'm not going to go into too much depth. The just to say that it can mean what, and also the ma can be used as a negative particle for a verb. So it has different kind of things. But in this context, for min sharri ma, it means from the evil of what? Yeah? So you're correct. Of what? Ma khalaqa. Now what is khalaqa? What type of word is that? Ahmed? Verb. Yeah, fi'lun, a verb. Okay? So this is a straightforward verb, like fa'ala, khalaqa. So it's very easy to look out. Does anyone know what it means? Khalaqa?
World.
Nope. Khalaqa. It means creator. Created. Khalaqa. So khaliq, right, is the creator. Khaliq. Khalaqa is he created. Past tense. Yeah? Because it's a verb in the past tense. So we can put all this together now. Qul, say, a'udhu, I'm seeking refuge bi Rabbil Falak, with the Lord of the sunrise, or the daybreak rather, or from the daybreak. Min, from sharri, from the evil, ma, of what? Khalaqa, he created. So Allah created the evil. Yeah, min sharri ma khalaq. Everything is from Allah, isn't it? Yeah, so we seek refuge from the Lord, yeah? From this. Okay, should we carry on?
Yes.
Okay, what's the next bit? We've done that bit. وَمِن شَرِّ مَا خَلَقَ. What's the next bit? وَمِن. Yeah. Okay, good. You should know this, guys. Okay, وَمِن.
Sharri.
Yeah. شَرِّ غَاسِقٍ. غاسق إذا good وقب إذا وقب. Okay, so ومن شر, again we know these are all particles, so what we know, and min, from, ومن شر we just did, which means evil, so it must be in the genitive because of the preposition that comes before it. So, and from the evil, or now here we have an interesting combination here, and I wonder if anyone can just, we haven't really covered this, but I wonder if anyone can give me a hazard a guess. Min sharri ghasiqin. Now I don't want you to know the meaning. You know the one bit of meaning of sharr. You don't necessarily need to know the meaning of ghasiq. We'll come to that. But can anyone kind of work out what's going on here? Because you've got sharri and ghasiq. So sharri we know is a noun. And what about ghasiq? What is that?
Adjective.
How can it be an adjective? How? No, Sadia, you're not allowed to shout out anymore because you've been 90% wrong and only 1% correct. Okay, listen more. Okay? Work out, how can that be an adjective? What is the rule for adjective? So it's a possibility. Let's just put that in as a possibility. So this could be, what we're basically saying, it's an ismun, right? Why are we saying it's an ismun? What is recognizable about it being an ismun? Why can we just at least say it is an ismun at the very least? Because, Ahmed?
Because of the double Z.
Yeah, you could say that. You could say, well, there's a tanween, a kasratain. Verbs don't have kasratain. Yeah, so it's most likely to be an ismun. And harf, we haven't really come across any harf having kasratains. So the fact, and we know that nouns, ismuns have kasratains. Yeah, because we did definite and indefinite. Yeah, so we know at the very least that this is an indefinite ismun. Yeah, because it has a kasratain. Yeah, so it means a something. Right? So we know it's an ismun. Now the next question, well, is it an adjective ismun or is it a noun ismun? Now, for it to be an adjective, what has it got to do? It has to relate to the noun that it's describing, which is shar. That's the only noun that comes before it, correct? Now we can see, yes, okay, let us look at the shar. So shar is not in the definite, okay, so that's going for it. It has one kasra. It has a kasra, so this ghasiq has a kasra, so it's coming again. However, this is just one kasra and this is double kasra. So if it's going to follow, it should be ghasiqi, right? But it's not, it's ghasiqin. So that gives you a clue that it can't be an adjective. It's not following it exactly, and it should be following it exactly. Yeah? So the alternative is quite simply that it must be a noun. It's got to be. There's no other option. Isms are either adjectives or nouns. And we just proved that it's not ism by ruling it out, and therefore it must be a noun, an indefinite noun. Ahmed.
Noun to noun means it should have a definite article.
Right, this is the next bit I'm coming to. This is the new bit. Right? Okay. So Ahmed is saying, well, hang on a minute. If it's a noun to noun, and if shar is noun 1, and ghasiq is noun 2, then we've learnt that yes, noun 2 should be in the genitive, which is correct, but there's no definite article. So what's going on here? Right. Now we're going to learn a new concept today. It's an easy one to learn. What we've been learning, I'll give you another example, okay? So if we were to say the book of the boy, okay? So we say kitabul walad, yeah? Kitabul walad, yeah? And the walad has kasra and definite article, correct? The book of the boy. However, if I want to say the book of a boy, not of the boy, of a boy. The book of a boy. Yeah? It doesn't make very much sense English-wise, but grammatically, just look at that grammatically. Or you can say a book of a boy. Yeah? But a book of a boy, not of the boy. How would we then say this? Again, we have noun 1 and noun 2. Well, we have kitab saying, okay, so kitabu, then we have waladin. Waladin. So let us compare. Kitabul waladi, definite article, single kasra, of the boy. Of a boy, we have kitabu waladin. So the definite article has gone, and instead we have kasratain instead. So the key thing is that in this, the idafa is kept by it being the second noun is in the genitive. The second noun is always, and that's the common thing. Of the boy or of a boy, that noun is always in the genitive. But if it wants to show itself as indefinite, it cannot have an indefinite article. It cannot. Because how will you differentiate of the boy to of a boy? So the way we differentiate is that the two nouns are coming together, kitabu, but it's waladin. You join it this way, the book of a boy. Because it's an indefinite noun. Okay? So you're going to remember this, it's going to be really easy, because if you see ismun to ismun, you can just quite simply say, okay, if it can be two choices for second noun. Either it's going to be adjective or noun. If it's adjective, it must follow exactly in the same pattern. Definite, indefinite, same case ending. If it is not, it must be a noun, which we discovered here. If it is a noun, it's going to be of the or of a. If it's of the, there will be definite article and single kasra at the end. If it's of a, there's going to be no definite article and a double kasratain at the end. Simple. Okay? You got it? Okay. So, وَمِن شَرِّ, so it's of the evil of the indefinite word غاسق. Now, the next question I'm going to ask you is, well, how do we find out what does غاسق mean in terms of on looking at the dictionary? This pattern is familiar to us, believe it or not. Before we know its meaning, can anyone work out what might be the root? Ahmed? Yeah. It's actually Ra, Sa, and A. Okay? And this is actually, do you know what type of word it is? You know it's a noun, but do you know how it's derived? We did do this, but I can just for sake of time. It's from fa'il, and we did this. Okay? Let's just remind ourselves. Okay? We did fa'ala, he did. Fa'alu, they did. Fa'alta, you did. Fa'altum, you all did. Fa'altu, I did. Fa'alna, we did. And then you've got fa'il, the doer. And then the maf'ul, the one that has been done to. And we use another example, we use nasir, for nasara to nasir, the one who helps, the helper. And then mansur, the one who receives the help. Remember this? And then we did maghdubi. Remember maghdubi? From gadaba to ghalib to maghdub. So that's the maghdub. Yeah? And the dalin, yeah, dallu is the one who strays. Daluna, they are straying. Okay? In the genitive case, dalin, active participle. So ghasiq is the active participle. And if you look up the word ghasaka, it means to darken. Yeah? And the active participle can mean two meanings. It can be doing or doer. Doer being the ism and doing being the verb of the active participle. Here it is an ism, so it must be the doer, like katib, the writer, darib, the hitter. Yeah? Okay? Nasir, the helper. Yeah? So ghasiq is something the darkener. Literally the darkener. The one who darkens. The darkener. Okay? Now I'm not going to go too much into the meaning of that because that becomes tafsir. That's when we're coming to the first rung of the ladder, which is to understand its literal meaning. Yeah? And then we go to once you've got to that level, which you can now appreciate as an active part, why did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala use this word? Then that comes into getting even more deeper knowledge and reading more about it. But now you can appreciate and think, Allah uses the active participle, ghasiq, of the darkener. What is Allah talking about? How will I find out more about this? You can start to inquire more because you've got to that first rung of the ladder of appreciating its meaning and where it's coming from. It's the ghasiq. It's quite deep, really. I don't know myself. I'd have to read tafsir books to find out why. So from the evil of the darkener. Yeah? Idha. What type of word is idha? Now, remember I said you are beginning to recognize patterns. So you can recognize what may be an ismun, what may be a fi'lun, and what might be a harf. Yeah? You're getting an idea. So look at idha and tell me, does it fit into any of these standard patterns? If it doesn't, what could it normally be then?
Is it a verb?
I've never heard of a word being idha. How? Explain how you think that's a verb. Tell me what's going through your mind. Then we can help you. Okay. Why do you think it's a verb? Tell me.
I saw that in the
Yeah, so there's alif, so that could be root number one. Okay, the is the what? How is it over? What's making you think it's a verb? I was always taught at school that never ever dig yourself a grave. And what that basically means is that if you guess like that and you guess wrongly, you get into more deeper. But to keep quiet. Either it does not. Fa'ala is our standard pattern. It does not stand. You've got E, kasra, the, and an alif. I don't know of any verb like that. I've never come across that. So I don't know why you thought verb. Ahmed. Harf, of course. Obviously. But I expect you to know that. Yeah, you're exactly right. We know for nouns, ismun is going to have either, is going to have a case ending. There's no real case ending here. It's not a verb. It doesn't have the recognized form of a verb, but it certainly could look like a harf of them. It's a particle, just two letters, idha. Yeah? So it's a particle. Yeah? Does anyone know what it means? You don't need to know, but it means when. Okay? Either when. It can have other meanings as well. Okay? But in this context, it is when. Okay? So wamin, and from sharri, from the evil of the ghasik, of the darkener, of the one who darkens. When waqaba. Waqaba, what type of word is that? Ahmed?
Verb.
Yes, it's a verb. Like fa'ala, waqaba, akala. Very easy. So it's a past tense verb. Yeah? So we can say, and from the evil of the darkness, when it does something, when it does waqaba, when it spreads the darkness. That's what waqaba means, yeah? To spread the darkness, yeah? Okay? Alright? So that's what meant to, when he has spread the darkness, yeah? Okay? So, وَمِن شَرِّ غَاسِكٍ إِذَا وَقَبَ. Should we move on? Or should we call it a day? Okay, so I think we'll stop here. Okay, so let's just summarize what we've learned today. We've learned, remind ourselves about qul being a weak word for muqawala. We've learned about a'udhu being exactly the same pattern as qala, aada, but this is for I am seeking refuge. Then we did the rabbil falak, which is a standard preposition noun, ismun to ismun. Min sharri ma khalaqa, and we understood here that ma was a new harf particle we learned, which means what in this context. Khalaqa means he created, and wa min from the sharri ghasiqin. Here we learned a new concept, idafa in the indefinite, of a darkener, not of the darkener, of a darkener. Min sharri ghasiqin. Okay, ida being another particle. Alright, which you've learned, which means when, and waqaba, which means past tense, means he spread. So we've learned two new particles, idha and ma, today. Alright, and we learned about idafa in the indefinite. Okay? So subhanaka wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha ant, wa astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Jazakallah khair.